Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. John here as always. Today we're diving into something super practical, something I genuinely believe can change your English learning game. Podcasts.
And Jane here, absolutely stoked about this topic, John. I mean, who hasn't felt that frustration of trying to get better at English, especially listening and speaking, but just not knowing where to start, or feeling like textbooks aren't cutting it?
Exactly. It's that classic dilemma. You're trying to sound more natural, understand native speakers, pick up on idioms, but the traditional classroom often feels a bit structured, maybe a little rigid for that organic learning.
Totally, and that's where podcasts just shine. I mean, think about it. You've got native speakers talking about literally anything you can imagine in a natural conversational way, and you can take it anywhere.
That convenience factor is huge, right? Like you're not tied to a specific time or place. You could be on your commute, doing the dishes, working out. Suddenly, mundane tasks become language immersion opportunities.
Which, let's be honest, is a game changer for anyone with a busy schedule. No more feeling guilty about not having enough time for your English studies. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, it all adds up.
Definitely. And beyond just the convenience, I think the authenticity is what truly sets podcasts apart. You're hearing real people with real accents using everyday language. It's not some perfectly enunciated, slowed-down classroom audio that doesn't reflect how people actually talk.
Oh, absolutely. I remember when I first started learning Spanish, I'd listen to these immaculate recordings and then go to Spain and feel completely lost. Podcasts bridge that gap. You get accustomed to different speaking speeds, intonations, even background noise, which is super realistic.
It's like getting a direct feed into a native speaker's mind, almost. And the sheer variety of topics, Jane, it's incredible. You're not just stuck with dialogue at the coffee shop scenarios. You can listen to podcasts about history, science, pop culture, true crime, cooking, whatever lights you up.
And that's crucial for motivation, isn't it? If you're genuinely interested in the content, you're going to be much more likely to stick with it. It transforms learning from a chore into something you look forward to.
Precisely. So let's talk about how to use podcasts effectively. Because simply listening passively, while it has some benefits, isn't going to give you those rapid improvements everyone is looking for.
Yeah, that's a common mistake. You put it on, it's background noise, and you think you're absorbing it. But to really learn quickly, you need a more active approach. So where do we start, John?
First things first, choose wisely. Don't just pick the first English podcast you see. Think about your current English level. Are you a beginner, intermediate, or advanced? And what are your interests? If you love gardening, find a gardening podcast. If you're into tech, find a tech podcast. Interest drives engagement.
That's a fantastic point. And I'd add, don't be afraid to try a few different ones. Listen to snippets, see whose voice you like, whose speaking style resonates with you. It's like finding a good friend, you know?
That's totally. Once you've found a good fit, the real work, or should I say, the real fun, begins. One of my top tips is to use transcripts whenever possible. Many podcasts, especially those designed for English learners, offer them.
Oh, transcripts are golden. It's like having subtitles for your ears. You can listen once without it just to challenge your comprehension, and then listen a second time while reading along. It connects the sound to the written word, which is powerful for vocabulary and spelling.
Absolutely. And with that comes note-taking. Don't just read and forget. If you hear a phrase, an idiom, or a word you don't know, pause it. Write it down. Look it up. Try to use it in a sentence later in the day.
Yes, context is everything. A word in isolation is easily forgotten. A word used naturally in a conversation, especially one you heard and then looked up, is much stickier. Maybe keep a dedicated notebook or a digital flashcard app for new vocab from podcasts.
Definitely. And here's another technique that's a bit more advanced but incredibly effective for speaking and pronunciation: shadowing. Have you ever tried that, Jane?
Oh, shadowing. I swear by it. For those who don't know, it's basically where you listen to a speaker and try to repeat what they're saying almost simultaneously, like a shadow. You're mimicking their pronunciation, intonation, rhythm, everything.
It feels a bit silly at first, doesn't it, talking to yourself? But it forces your mouth and tongue to get used to the sounds and patterns of English. It's like muscle memory for your vocal cords. You're not just understanding, you're producing.
And it really highlights where your own pronunciation might be off. You think you're saying something correctly, but when you try to match a native speaker, you realize, oh, that sound is actually harder than I thought. It's brilliant for identifying those subtle differences.
Exactly. So to recap some active listening strategies, use transcripts, take notes on new vocabulary, and try shadowing. But don't feel like you have to do all three all the time for every episode. Mix and match based on your energy levels and goals for that day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Don't burn yourself out. Consistency beats intensity, especially with language learning. It's better to do 15 minutes of active listening every day than 2 hours once a week and then nothing.
That's a crucial point, Jane. Making it a habit is probably the most important thing. Treat it like brushing your teeth. It just becomes part of your routine. Maybe it's your morning coffee ritual or your evening wind down.
And don't be afraid to re-listen to episodes. Seriously. You might catch new nuances, new vocabulary, or just reinforce what you already learned. The first listen is for general comprehension, the second for details, the third for shadowing, perhaps.
That's a pro tip right there. Repetition is key to solidifying those new linguistic connections in your brain. And speaking of challenges, what do you do when you hit an episode that's just too fast or too difficult?
Oh, that happens to everyone. My advice is twofold. First, don't get discouraged. It's not a failure. It's just a sign that maybe that particular podcast is a bit above your current level, or the topic is particularly complex. Second, don't be afraid to slow it down.
Slow it down, absolutely. Most podcast players have a speed setting. If 1x is too fast, try Sipper Tilt 75x, or even Sipper Tilt 5x. There's no shame in it. The goal is comprehension, not speed listening records.
Exactly. And if even with slowing it down it's still too hard, just find another podcast. There are literally millions out there. Find one that feels comfortable, even if it's a bit easy at first. Build confidence, then challenge yourself.
That's really important. Progressive difficulty is key. Start where you're comfortable and gradually push your boundaries. Don't try to run before you can walk. I mean, think about it. If you're constantly frustrated, you're more likely to give up.
And on the flip side, if you're consistently understanding what you're hearing, even if it's slowed down a bit, that feeling of accomplishment fuels your motivation to keep going. It builds that positive feedback loop.
Totally. So beyond the active listening, what about integrating this into a broader English learning strategy, Jane?
Great question. I think podcasts are just one piece of the puzzle, but a very important one. They really boost your input, especially listening. But to truly learn quickly, you need to combine it with outputs.
Meaning actively speaking or writing, right?
Exactly. So if you hear a cool phrase on a podcast, try to use it in a conversation with a language partner or a tutor. Or write a short paragraph incorporating some new vocabulary you picked up. Don't let those new words and phrases just sit there.
That's a fantastic point. Taking it from passive comprehension to active production. It cements the learning, and it's how you really start to own the language, isn't it?
Yes! And one more thing, immerse yourself in different accents. English isn't just one sound. You've got British, American, Australian, Irish, Canadian, the list goes on. Exposing yourself to a variety of accents through podcasts will make you a much more flexible and confident listener.
That's such a valuable insight. I mean, I know so many learners who've only been exposed to one accent, and then they hear another and just freeze up. Podcasts make it so easy to explore that diversity without ever leaving your home.
It really does. So to sum it up, choose podcasts you genuinely enjoy at a suitable level. Actively listen using transcripts, note-taking, and shadowing. Be consistent, re-listen, and don't be afraid to slow things down. And finally, integrate what you learn into your speaking and writing.
Fantastic summary, Jane. And I think the biggest takeaway, for me, is that learning English with podcasts isn't just about getting better at the language. It's about making the learning process enjoyable. It should be something you look forward to, not a chore.
Absolutely. When you enjoy it, you're intrinsically motivated, and that's when you start seeing rapid, sustainable progress. So if you haven't already, dive into the world of podcasts. There's a whole universe of English waiting for you.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Start small, be consistent, and enjoy the journey. You'll be amazed at how quickly your English listening and speaking skills can transform.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone. We hope this episode inspires you to press play on your next English learning adventure. Until next time.
Take care and happy listening.